TaylorMade M6 irons are currently on sale for $5.99. But what if I told you you could get them for even less than half of that? Welcome back to the Green Means Go channel. It's your host, me. Normally, I do sports betting content, sports analysis, game breakdowns, but I decided to throw in a little special episode and do a review of some TaylorMade M6 irons that I purchased for half of that price. I will say, they're probably not officially licensed by TaylorMade because I purchased them on Aliexpress. Now, if you don't know what Aliexpress is, it is I guess the best way I could explain it would be a Chinese Amazon. So you order these things, generally a lot cheaper in price and potentially in construction, and they're shipped from China, and you hope you get them in a quick amount of time. I will say, I got these in less than 2 weeks, which is awesome. Awesome speed. Quick little review of this. The reason I went ahead and ordered these was because it did have 55 orders and it did have an average of 4.7 stars with a lot of 5 stars. If it didn't have all of that, I would have been even more skeptical. So I went ahead and I purchased these, and they came in under 2 weeks, as I said. I had filmed an unboxing video when I actually got them. I literally was cutting open the box, pulling them out one by one, but it was very long-winded, and I couldn't edit it down to a nice digestible size. So what I've gone ahead and done is I've scrapped that for you, and I'm just going to go through a couple things as a sort of summative review, and then I'm going to get out on the course. As you'll see, I recorded some shots on the course, take you through some of those shots, some of my thoughts while on the course, and then at the very end of this video will be a final breakdown of the pros and cons of this purchase. So without further ado, here is the club. As you can see, it looks the same. All right, so cosmetically, it looks exactly like the image says. The only small defect is on this cutout here. So I'll show you on this image. Okay, on this cutout right here, there's kind of a gap. And this cutout is a little, how to say, poorly constructed. It looks like it's either chipping or the thing they used to cut it wasn't sharp. It's just a little jagged in that area. It was only on the pitching wedge though. So like this is the 6 iron and this is crisp. Okay, this is clean. And I wish, sorry, I just apologized to my other microphone like I heard it. I wish there was a way to show you exactly what I mean. But since I can't, that tells you how little of a deal it is. So besides that, steel shafts, they survived at least a round. I did say the grips weren't great, but you can regrip a set for less than $50 if you don't like these grips. They're just a little thin and kind of hard. Other than that, cosmetically, from the unboxing, it was great. They came double wrapped. They were full of plastic and bubble wrap, so it was sent and mailed correctly. And I have no qualms about how they showed up at my house and no qualms about taking them out of the box. So what we'll go ahead and do is we will transition to me taking them out to the course. You'll get to watch that, my first 9 on the course. And I didn't take these out to the range. I didn't practice with them in the yard. I literally put them in my golf bag. I drove out to the course and I got them out. So a lot of the things you'll see are my first swing with these clubs. After you see that segment, we'll jump to a final review, pros and cons of these clubs, and wrap it up with some final thoughts. So enjoy the rest of this video. If you can like, if you can subscribe, if you can share this, that will go a long way. Thank you guys so much. I'm about to head out to the course to try out these puppies right here. And because I have absolutely no self-control, I'm going to leave my driver at home. I'm going to leave my wood at home. I'm taking only the new irons and a few wedges and my putter. If you're wondering why I did that, it's because I want to give a true 9-hole test to these new irons. I don't want to be distracted with my fairway woods or my driver, so we're just going to leave those at home. We're
We're gonna play 9 holes only with these new clubs.
The problem today is first nice day we've had in a while. The course is just packed. Got to tee off in about 10 minutes. Figure I may as well get my putting right. If I make this 20-footer, you subscribe. One-handed. All right, double or nothing. You gotta be kidding me. First hole, got a little water in front, a little water on the right. I don't think I'm gonna be able to reach it without my driver. I think I'm gonna go 4-iron today to start off. First club I swing will be a 4-iron. I will be playing a Titleist 1 Pro V1 with a little mud on it. I seriously forgot to take the plastic off of the grips. Okay, let me take that off. All right, we went into the water. I'm gonna go grab another ball. All right, so ignoring that first tee mulligan that I'm gonna give myself, that went into the creek. My next shot, trim this tree up here just a bit, cut some of the distance off, but I still think I got it out at least 180 with my 4-iron. So we're shooting for 2, quote unquote. Come on, everybody plays a breakfast ball. Don't give me that. I'll update you after the hole. 160 to the pin, which is normally about a 7-iron. So that's what we're going to take. And again, let's see how it goes. We're just experimenting out here. Also, the plastic is still on this grip as well, which is just poor planning on my end. Absolutely poor planning. All right, 7-iron, 163 to the pin. New club, first shot with a 7. Let's see. Distance was good, just pushed a little to the right. Don't worry, I did not 3-putt. I actually 4-putted for a 7, but that's not the new irons faults. That's my own fault. So without further ado, we have our first par 3. I've got it at 160. It's a front location. Wind is blowing a little to the left. I'm gonna go 7-iron again. I normally go 8 on this hole, but that 7-iron being short on 1 has made me a little nervous. Yeah, that's a swing. I didn't do it the first time. My second shot was as pin high as it comes. I mean, heavens to beds. Talk about 160 on the nose. Very tiny bit of rollout here, so this is going to be for a bogey technically with the provisional I had to take, but still a good shot on the second. Again, 4-iron is coming off the tee pretty well. I'm hitting it, almost 200 every time, so that's awesome. Got a little bit under, can't really see the red marker, a little bit under 100 here. I'm gonna try the new sand wedge again. I'm gonna give it a full swing this time. Try to get it over that tree and a little closer than I did on 2 when I managed the 4-putt. Mother of loft. Okay. That high five to God, I think. Managed to overshoot it by a bit. I got this for my birdie putt. Gonna let you guys witness it live. It's braking heavily, left to right. Downhill. Come on. My putting's not been great today. I'm a little timid, so I did the cardinal sin of golf and I left the birdie putt short. Let's hope I can get this par. Got another par 3. Let's see if I can zoom in here. Pin is close. Now, I got this at 157. The last par 3 was 160. I took a 7-iron and hit it pin high. I'm a little more warmed up right now, so I'm going to take an 8-iron. Plus, I haven't used the 8-iron. And by golly, I need to use all these clubs so I can get a feel. So if I'm a little short here, I'm okay with that. I don't think I will be, though, because like I know I'm being watched. So I guess I can kiss my tour dreams goodbye. Well, that was much better. Oh. Okay, so that one we managed to get on the green. My other one's over there somewhere. I think I can see it. So, we made it to hole 9. We got a 149-yard par 3. My friend hits this tee box. It's a little slope, so I tried to find a flat spot. I'm going to go with the 9-iron. The 9 is the only club besides the pitching wedge I have not used today. So let's go ahead and peel off the grip and take the first swing with the 9-iron. So I'll give my full review after today, but safe to say these clubs might not be too bad from Aliexpress.
Welcome back. We've arrived from the course. Actually, I'm not going to lie, I played yesterday, and I had to let all this sink in. And I've gone ahead and typed up some things. I want to walk through this briefly to show you guys my final review of the TaylorMade M6s. Again, 4-iron through sand wedge. Came with 8 clubs. So I did go out yesterday. I did shoot a 42. Now that is with a 4-putt on hole 2, which is not the iron's fault. A provisional on hole 3, which is just me not being used to the irons. And a 3-putt on hole 8. So, 7 putts on 2 holes to come ahead, out of 42 is pretty darn good for never using these clubs. Again, first time, as you saw, I was taking off the wrapping in a lot of these videos. So we'll start with the pros here. I do like that they're lightweight. I realize that some people may not. I've only ever had steel shafts, so I can't speak to how this compares to a graphite shaft, but the steel shaft on this at least feels light. Now that may be because they're cheaply made. I don't know, but I preferred it, and I felt like my swing speed was a lot faster and more controlled in this instance. Obviously, the affordability is a great pro. $224 to have them shipped to your house in 2 weeks for a full set is fantastic. So if you're looking to get into golf and you want to show up and show your buddies that you mean business, get these. All right, you don't have to tell them where they came from. They'll think you're out and about, right? So at 224, fantastic price tag. One thing that I've never had also is a launch angle that starts, at the club and shoots off like a rocket. I've always envious when I see people who are able to just hit those balls that just go, okay, a lot of times mine kind of do one of those. And you saw from that video, a lot of them just took off like that, which I've never been able to have. So, that I think is going to be awesome going forward. So that is definitely a pro for me. Finally, I would say that these are very forgiving, and I know that's thrown out a lot in the golf world. Oh, the most forgiving iron. I want to explain what I mean by that. A lot of times when I would hit a club bad, it would hook or it would slice, right? And it would curve. The angle would be curved, right? And it would get in a lot of danger that way. I did not hit one shot like that. The only time that it went left or right was in a straight line. So when I just pushed it that way, which tells me, and I usually have a hook or a slice, 2 or 3 times on a 9 hole with my iron. So that tells me that these irons are helping me. All right. So if you are a mid handicap golfer, I'm probably about a 15. If you are a 12 to a 20, these clubs may be a step up from what you're used to. So definitely a pro for the forgiveness. Now the cons. There are some minor cosmetic flaws on these. That doesn't bother me at all. They're getting mud on them anyway. Nobody's going to sit there with a magnifying glass and say, oh, you got a little paint out of order here. It's completely ridiculous. So that doesn't bother me whatsoever. It doesn't affect my game. The grips, eventually I may regrip them. I don't even know if the grips are actually a brand. This is Golf Glory. I've never heard of Golf Glory. They remind me of Golf Pride, which is a brand and looks just like this. So I wonder if that's just, kind of their copycat version. It didn't affect me yesterday in terms of my play, but I think over time they'll wear down a little bit quicker. And I did put durability as a con just because I don't know after one round, but it is the biggest fear I have. Can I go play 100 to 500 rounds with these clubs and have them hold up? I don't know. I've heard horror stories of club heads falling off, and if that happens, I think I'm completely out of luck. So if these can last me 3 to 4 years, if I can get these for $75 a year for 4 years, I will be pleased with the purchase. So this is a final summation of the TaylorMade M6s from Aliexpress. I'm going to give it an overall, after one round, a 9 out of 10. I would recommend, if you are someone who wants to get into golf even casually and wants a good set of clubs for affordable price, I would look at AliExpress. And if you don't want the M6s, that's fine. But my one recommendation is make sure there's a lot of reviews, there's a lot of orders, that you're ordering it from a reputable seller. Besides that, I say go for it. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop the questions down below. Any comments, I'm happy to listen to those. Happy to talk golf, happy to talk anything with you guys. So thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching, and go get yourself a brand new set of irons.